Hello, this is Jason Sackett from the USC Center for Work and Family Life, here to talk more influencing without authority. This segment will focus on the final three laws of influence: commitment and consistency, social proof, and contrast. We've all been on the wrong end of the law of commitment and consistency. Someone approaches you in a polite, non-threatening manner and promises not to sell you anything or take much of your time. They look for your agreement on a concept that's easy to support, like cleaning up the environment, helping underprivileged children go to college, or having more convenience in your life with the benefit of their product. Once you commit to that simple, non-threatening principle, you're on the hook, because you have established an identity as a loyal supporter. Then, you feel pressure to stay consistent with that identity. If you agree a clean environment is important, then as a loyal supporter, it makes sense that you will sign a petition. But petitions aren't enough. The environmental lobby needs money to keep the world clean. To stay consistent with the identity of a true environmentalist, you now have to fork over a donation. See how this works? You start out asking your audience for a small commitment, something you know they will find agreeable, then help them build an identity as a loyal supporter, gradually increasing your requests around the same principle. If this feels manipulative to you, remember the standard. If your intent is to sell an idea that benefits everyone's needs and not just yours, then you are practicing influence, not manipulation. If you use commitment and consistency to sell your audience something they don't really want or need, they will end up resenting you. Social proof is not scientific, but highly persuasive. The law of social proof states that the greater number of people that believe something to be correct or valuable, then the more correct or valuable it is. In other words, if many people believe something, then they must know something. Examples of social proof include tip jars, television laugh tracks, popular music, and fashion. In each of these, people make a decision about how to behave based on what other people are doing. If you go to a coffee shop and spend $4, would you ever consider leaving a dollar bill in the tip jar? Probably not. That's a 25% tip. But if you saw a dollar bill in the tip jar, you might consider it because other people have done it. Or at least that's what the cashiers want you to think, because most likely they put it there. You can start using social proof today. Begin by presenting your ideas to those who will readily accept them, and once they buy in, use their support as social proof when you approach higher ranking or more resistant members of your audience. According to the law of contrast, when people see options, their perception of value changes. Whereas proposing one idea makes an audience decide yes or no, presenting two options can change that decision to an either-or. Let's say you are interviewing job applicants. This guy goes first, and he doesn't overly impress you. Then you interview this guy. Thanks to the law of contrast, the first candidate now seems more valuable. This is one contrast strategy. Present two options, one more valuable than the next, to create an either-or decision. Instead of asking, "Would you like to schedule another meeting, yes or no?" I ask, "Would you like to schedule in 1 week or 2 weeks? Would you like to drive to the retirement home to visit your aunt or go to church? Shall I take my vacation on the 21st or the 28th? The law of contrast gets used on us all the time. $6 for a large popcorn is a total ripoff, right? But when we have the option to buy a small one for $5.50, $6 for a large seems like a better deal. Another contrast strategy is money well spent. $150 for a device that reduces your stress seems expensive, but imagine how expensive it will be if you don't reduce your stress. It's money well spent. You can also contrast expense with time and hassle. A new computer might be expensive, but think about how much time and energy is wasted on the slow clunker computer and how aggravating that is. Again, it's money well spent. Finally, consider this. If you structure your proposals to include two options where your audience will feel compelled to pick one or the other versus presenting one idea to which they will say yes or no, you improve your odds of successful persuasion from 50% to 100%. For more about influence strategies, or to see what else the USC Center for Work and Family Life has to offer, feel free to call or visit our website. We look forward to hearing from you.